Montana is having a moment. With the election less than 48 hours away, the treasure state could determine control of the U.S. Senate. The race pits an incumbent Democrat against a newcomer Republican. The big state is home to just over 1 million people. We sent CBS's Janet Shamlian there to meet voters in a changing political landscape.
Montana's majestic views, one of the few things some here say that stayed the same.
How much has this state changed last few years?
The state has changed tremendously.
Political science professor Eric Riley says he's never seen a race like the state's U.S. Senate contest, pitting the Montana-born farmer and three-term Democrat.
I'm John Tester.
Against a Republican political newcomer, a businessman from out of state.
I'm Tim Sheehy.
He's come under recent scrutiny, accused of fabricating the story of a war injury. Sheehy maintains he was wounded in Afghanistan. The race, a study of contrast, not unlike Montana itself. With control of the Senate potentially hanging in the balance, spending has shattered records. More than $275 million. That's about $350 per registered voter.
Everybody's complaining about the ads. I am not complaining about the ads. It's like harvest for me to have political ads.
Lori Merrill owns the Big Sandy Mountaineer. In rural Big Sandy, population 600, Senator Tester's hometown.
No political coverage in the paper, even though you're at the heart of this important race.
I do not want anyone to use this paper as a tool to divide this community.
Merrill says Montana has changed as thousands moved during the pandemic from states like California in search of wide open spaces, lower taxes, and more conservative policy.
That boom has spiked the cost of living here, and it's most evident in housing.
In Bozeman, new construction abounds, and housing prices have skyrocketed. The median home is up $200,000 since 2020. Property taxes have jumped 20%.
Who doesn't want to move here? It's the great outdoors.
Muriel Kelly is a lifelong Montanan.
On one hand, it's amazing that you have more community being in a rural area, but on the other hand, a lot of people don't realize the respect that you need to have for such a pristine place.
Tester is now the last statewide Democrat in what's become a solidly red state.
The state turning red is a function of the demographics changing a little bit and the people moving to the state, but also the nationalization of our politics. It doesn't look that different from other states at this point.
So obviously, Thomas Dilworth owns an organic snack food business in Big Sandy with his wife Heather, and says he can't get workers because there's no housing for them.
We've had 4 years of this kind of regression, lax economy, whatever the circumstance is that's causing it. You can debate about that all you want, but you can't debate about the fact that people are hurting and they want change.
Amid concerns about the population-fueled economic changes and a cultural shift, recognition, change is inevitable.
We have to change with the times. It's just a matter of defining what our values are and working towards those values.
The vista still stunning amid a landscape undeniably changed. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Bozeman, Montana.